What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good, and I mean that when I say that. Hope everybody's doing good. See that Tundra right there? That's going to be number 13 for me. I just finished 12. I still need to post 11 and 12. And that's the last one for me. There's a few in the shop, but I'm about to spread it out to some other people so they could get the experience and learn, because I can't be the only one in this dealership that does it. So for my friend who's doing the Tacoma at his house in a whole nother state, because somewhat I motivated him and inspired him, I guess. Dude, I'm gonna tear this Tacoma down. I'm gonna diagnose it next week sometime, and I'm gonna tear it all apart, and I'm gonna catch up to you, because he already has his engine out the car. So shout out to my guy over there. This episode is mainly to talk about flat rate. This is what made me me. This 96 Honda Civic right here. It has a fully built GSR motor inside. So this is actually going to the paint shop. 1996, man. I think the Fast and Furious first came out in 01, so those were good times. Those were good years of my life right there. 96, 97, 98, 99, 01, 2000. I think I've been arrested twice for street racing. It is what it is. All right, now let's go inside. Let me show you what I got. Got one of these what the hell moments, kind of, somewhat. Now, this is number 12 right here that I just knocked out. It's already done. This one I actually left the harness in the car. I'm going back to my old ways. I left the harness in the car. I did 6 where I took the harness off, or 6 I left the harness in the car. I did 6 of them where I took the harness off because people said it was designed like that. But I'm going back to my old ways now. Harness stays in the car. This one right here, we were waiting on a short block, but I guess the route they went is a used motor. So I'm waiting for the used motor. And yeah. So we saw the video about this. I ain't even gonna talk about this, all right? I'm gonna keep it moving. So right now I'm working on my Prius threesome. This right here is a brand new short block. I will post a video up on this one. I still got to put the valve covers on and little stuff, but that has a brand new short block. You will see this whole video. I just fully rebuilt both these motors. They're taped off so there's no dust could get inside, because I actually had to find a vehicle for them to go on. I had everything decked out, looking like a jewelry store. Pretty cool. All right, now I want to talk about flat rate. I want to talk about, because I feel like the car care nut kind of like sounded like he's trying to ruin it for the people that do love flat rate. If anybody, I have over 150 videos already out. YouTube does not play my shit. I'm not worried about it. I only wanted to get into the hands of people that are going to be working on this kind of stuff, so I could teach them a way of make a good living. And I don't have to cheat to make a good living. On that car care nut episode where he's talking about flat rate, he talks about the average is about $40 to $45 an hour. Imagine that. I won't tell you how much I make to be humble, but I'll tell you at $22 an hour was my best year. I was making $22 an hour, and that was my best year, and I made $96,000 that year. So imagine if you paid me $40 an hour, what I would make. It's simple math. 1 + 1 is 2. So can you make $200,000 a year working at Toyota? Yes, you can. My goal is to get to $100,000 by July. It's July now. I'm already at $100,000. So I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you guys know that flat rate is a real good thing. So car care nut guy, people like to use brakes as an example. I don't know why everybody keeps using brakes. You do a brake job, pays 2 hours. You do it in 1. You make 2 hours. Bro, I'm so past that. Like so my attitude at work, like when I come to work, dude, my attitude, he used the word greedy. Okay, so let me talk about myself. I took the responsibility of taking on this whole dealership. Every individual person here There's not one individual person in my store where if they need help or they need something, it doesn't matter what it is, I will be there for them. There's not one person. I mean, I could probably think of like maybe 2 people here that probably like really can't stand my guts, but it is what it is. Like, I can't stand theirs either. It's a mutual feeling. But, you know, those are people, those are what you call haters. You know, you're always going to have a hater or 2, bro. There's nothing you can do. But in this dealership, we have a culture. We have a very, very good culture. It's very family oriented. It's very, you know, we all got each other's backs. This is my protege right here. He's like a spitting image of me. He's 10 years younger than me. He's like a spitting image of me. Congratulations to this man. He just had a baby. He's a spitting. These 2 right here will never work an hourly job, never work a salary job, will never work a commission job. Same with me. Flat rate has ruined our minds of thinking. That's what flat rate will do to you. It will bring out the worst in people, but then again, it's up to management to figure out who's good, who's not. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. There's a camera right there. There's a camera right there. I don't mind if you put a camera on me. Maybe I'll get another raise. Everybody has a role. You got to know your role when you walk into a dealership. I promise you, when you step foot in a dealership, you're going to get the short end of the stick. You have to weather the storm. It's like swimming with sharks. Can you survive? Only the strong will survive. So let's talk about me, because I'm pretty sure I had it worse than anyone I have ever met when it comes to the automotive industry. When I stepped foot into this dealership, I did TXM for damn near 12, 13 years. If I sold spark plugs, I paid 2 hours. That could have took me 20 minutes to do. They would take it away, give it to one of these lead techs, that's what you call a lead tech, but they would give it to one of them, and they would give me another flat repair that would pay 0.3. I mean, business is business. I understand why they kept me at TXM. This is TXM. They had me over here for like 12 years minimum. I was one of the fastest. I was one of the best, you know, and it fucking sucked. Excuse my language. It sucked. You know, there's no opportunity. You have to take it upon yourself to make moves. Long story short, I knew I was like a pit bull that was just waiting to be released, but it is what it is. There was nothing I could do. I had to weather the storm. I weathered it for a decade. 12 years later, I come over here. This rack becomes my home. Then they pair me up with 2 people. One guy named Ken and my best friend to this day, which is named Zaklesh. They paired us up. They both had to drive 2 hours to get here. So by the time I got here, you know, I was still waiting 2 hours for them to get here. And everything we did, we had to split 3 ways. So I would be at like 5 hours before these 2 showed up. And then by the time they showed up, I had to take my 5, split it between those 2. So I went from 5 hours to like 1.5. I did that for 2 years. I don't even know if that's legal, but it is what it is. Again, I took the learning experience. I just wanted to get great. I just wanted to get good. Then, yeah, long story short, I said, screw this. This ain't even fair. And then finally, like 15, 16 years later, I'm finally on my own. Literally, I've been on my own for 3 years, meaning everything I do, I finally get to keep. I don't have to share nothing no more. Finally, right? But then you get older as you grow into a dealership. So I became a lead, you know. I was young when I started here. Now I became a lead. I am responsible for everybody in here. I gotta be a role model. I gotta lead by example. I gotta set the example. You know, it's tough. You know, I cannot be by myself. Like, I was dispatching for like 3 years while working on cars at the same time. But like for a new guy, you know, like everybody will have their role. This guy right here, Bernie, you know, like he could retire anytime, man. He just wants to do brakes, tires, alignment, oil changes. He just wants to get out the house. Same with my brother over here, you know, that's what he's good at. Don't expect him to do more than that. Don't push people to do more than that. I have some guy in here, he was like a shop foreman, but his attitude was like, just put the RO on his toolbox. Screw it. Make them do it. They'll figure it out. That's not me, bro. I would never put someone in a position that makes them uncomfortable. If they don't want to learn, they ain't going to learn. If you want to stay in your little safety net, it is what it is. I learned that it takes a skill just to rack up a car nowadays. There is no bot. There is no more technicians. He ain't lying when you guys are gonna be waiting 6 months to get your car fixed. We're already in that right now. But everybody here has a role. Everybody does what they do. Anybody could take my spot, please. You know, I'm overwhelmed with what I do, but I don't know. You know, like when it comes to Toyota, like in my wife's wedding vows, we married each other and we didn't even have a fork to eat with. I started with nothing because I was minimum wage and been minimum wage forever. Like literally, it took my last service director who just retired to bump me up to $40 an hour. But remember, at 22, I was making $96,000. I was already making $35 an hour. That $35 was equivalent to like $175 consistently. You know, let's keep it real. Let's keep it raw. Let's keep it 100. I ain't got nothing to lie to you, man. My dad died in 21, man. He's in heaven. That year right there, I hardly ever worked. I made $77,000. I could prove it to you guys if somebody wanted to call my bluff. In 21, I made $77,000. After my dad passed away and he went to heaven, I look at life different. I came in here, I wanted to be better. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be better. That following year, I smacked out $177,000. I made $100K more. No, I did not do dirty shit. No, I did not skip stuff. No, I did not say I did something when I didn't do it. Let me turn this compressor off. So for me to stay busy, for me to win, you know, I had to ask myself, like everybody's chasing the same shit. Everybody wants those gravy tickets. Everybody wants that 120K service. Everybody wants that big service. So everybody's chasing the same dream pretty much. So I learned, this is my area. We just walked this whole dealership. You didn't see nobody like my area. So what made me successful? Well, I only do two things. I do what nobody wants to do, or stuff that they can't do. The can't do is because they're not certified and they can't do it, like those Tundra recalls or whatever, or they don't want to do it because they don't want to commit to it or whatever. They don't, you know, sometimes people stay in their safety net and they just never leave their safety net. Well, that dude in that black cap that you see in my videos all the time, he told me, if you want to dream, go to sleep. So, you know, I try not to sleep. I make shit happen. Okay? I mean, right now, Toyota has it where we're getting paid 13 hours to take this engine out of this Tundra. This job sucks. Can I do it in a day? Yes. Is it worth it on my body? No. I tried to split it in 2 days. Now I got the attitude. Now that I know how to do it and I'm really good at it, I'm going to make my 10 hours first. Then I'm going to take the engine out, come back the next day, make my 10 hours, put the engine in, get it in. So in 2 days of work, I'm at 35. If I work 5 days, I'm making 75, 80 hours a week. I'm not doing nothing shady. And I don't like doing breaks for 2 hours and getting them done one. I want to sell an engine for 20 and I'm trying to make my 10 hours and then I want to mess around with the engine. And I got the attitude, like, I don't care how many engines you bring. I got 4 racks, man. Fill them all up with engines. I don't care about anything else no more. I'm no longer looking at what's in front of me on that day and there's no reason to get upset when you already know what you're going to make at the end of the year. Like, my mindset is like, I'm going to make $250,000 a year. All I got to do is show up to work 5 days a week and get my hustle on. I have trained my body to do that. I went 2 years, 3 years where I was working right here, and the only thing I could do is a fuel pump. If it was not a fuel pump, I couldn't do it. I actually applied at Tracy Toyota. I live in Tracy, California. The owner over there at Tracy Toyota is Ronnie Lott. He is a football player. There was a game he was playing, and his finger was hanging. He literally took his finger off, handed it off to somebody, went back in the game. After the game, grabbed his finger and put that shit back on. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go work for this dude. So I went over there and applied. I got hired like 5 times. The 5 times I tried to put my 2 weeks notice in here, I got a raise. And that sucks, bro. I wish I could get a raise for my hard work, my ethics, for what I do. But in the real world, it ain't like that, bro. You want a raise, put your 2 weeks notice in, you're probably going to get a raise. And it sucks. You know, I waited my whole life for my undercover boss moment. That's just TV. That's just not real. So when it comes to flat rate, it's a beautiful thing when you have skills. And not only is it a beautiful thing when you have skills, when you have the know-how, the experience, and you could outwin any of your losses. So those Tundras stink when it comes to warranty time. You know, Toyota, if you're listening and you really cared about your master techs or the people doing his job, you should be paying them 18 hours. Because the simple math says if I did 3 of those a week, which is going to be hell on my body, I will not even make my 40 hours that week. But yet I did 3 Tundra engines? Like, really? Like, it's not cool, bro. You guys are not taking care of your techs at all. And that's facts. Warranty time is no good. I bet you book time on that probably be like 30 hours. Like, really? You know, hopefully Toyota bumps the time on that, but I doubt that. So, at least, you know, I'm trying to keep it humble without saying nothing disrespectful, man. But, like, this is where the money's at. This is how I pay this is how I pay myself back for every loss that I'm taking. I literally bought 3 Priuses, took the engines out, put used engines in. Then I rebuilt the engine. So these 2 engines are completely rebuilt. I sent the heads to the machine shops, had them resurfaced because obviously they only had head gaskets problems. Took it completely apart, cleaned everything by hand, polished everything, made it brand new. These are ready to go. These engines right here got another 150,000 miles in them. Easily, no problem. And that's what I'm here to bring to the table and show you guys, man, that even if it's corrupted and it is what it is, it's you as an individual that has to, you know, why do we go to work? We go to work to get paid. We don't come here for friendships or relationships. And if you do build one, then cool. You know, I got brothers over there that I work with. You know, I got a bunch of people I work with that I call family now. And the blessing of God, I have finally feel comfortable in the work environment that I work in because we built a culture that's family oriented. You know, but anyways, you guys, flat rate is the shit. Like, if I wanted to make 100 hours a week, I could make 100 hours a week. If it wasn't for these Tundras engines, I'd probably make 300K this year. The skill is raw, and I don't even know why this camera's still recording. But this video already got hella long, man. I apologize to anybody. I ain't trying to waste nobody's time, man. When it comes to the younger generation, bro, Toyota is a shit. When you go outside, you're not going to be able to go a day without seeing a Toyota on the road. They're everywhere. There's millions. There's millions of Priuses. There's millions of Corollas. There's millions of Tacomas. There's millions of Tundras. I will never go a day without work. I choose to build engines. I don't care to do anything else. Maybe when I hit my 50s, I'll start doing hybrid videos for you where I just diagnose hybrid stuff and pull hybrid batteries and inverters. But, you know, that's not even on my radar right now. I don't find that entertaining. The older people like to do that shit. Let them do it. They don't want to do this. Let me do it. You know, when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm just piling up cash, you know? Like, now who would have thought you could make $200,000 a year easily working at Toyota? Well, I do. And I don't even have to try no more. I just show up and I already know it's going to happen. Like, you can't stop me no more. So hopefully, you know, if anything, I'm just trying to motivate the people. Like, I spent my whole life here laughed at and getting picked on. I promise you guys that I'm the last one laughing. If you were one that was laughing at me, who's the one laughing now? If you were the one talking shit about me, I bet you feel like an idiot now. If you thought you was whatever you thought, you know, like, I'm never one to disrespect anybody. I am very humble until you step on my toes. I am a man. You was not getting away with that. But the flat rate system is a beautiful system because now I can never work a day in my life salary or hourly. Me trade skills to go do something else, that's not going to happen. Like, literally, if you guys said that I got to work 5 days and all I'm going to get is 40 hours, like, my time is up. My time is up. I'm only going to work here if I'm flat rate, because I like to pay myself indefinitely. I like to pay myself what I'm worth, and that's whatever my body can handle. And my body can handle anything. So I'm a machine. I told you guys I'm a murderer. I literally murder this stuff. But yeah, man, in the comments, let me know, man. If you're not happy with where you work at, find a new spot. That's why these toolbox got wheels. I didn't ask for this toolbox to get this big. They just never fired me. Anyways, man, I'm done talking shit, man. I want you guys to understand, flat rate's the shit, man. It doesn't sound like the car care nut guy. Like, he probably got stuck with all the warranty. That's why he took off and opened up his own shop, and now he never has to deal with warranty again. He's never going to do a Tundra engine unless it's a way more than 13 hours. I promise you guys that. But it's cool. I'll do them all. You know, like, I told you I was going to ride that wave. And I ain't even got a puddle over here. Like, I knocked them all out. But now I'm sharing the Tundras with a couple of other people, because yeah, I have to, man. I don't want to be the only one in this dealership, because if something happens to me, then we're not going to be prepared for what's to come. So I have to share the Tundra. So don't get upset if you're one of them that's going to get them. The boss asked me, am I going to help him? I said yes. I already got like 14 videos of how I did the Tundras. They could watch it. Anyways, man, you guys have a blessed one, dude. Comment, like, subscribe. Those that do follow my channel, bro, find a Prius 2010 to 2017 of this body. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a killing off just one motor. And just think, there's so many Toyotas, but this is gonna be the one. And when it comes to that, the guy with the Tacoma, dude, I had to knock this shit out, which I'm almost done. I'm gonna bring that Tacoma in here, and real quick, dude, I'm gonna catch up to where you were, and I'm gonna make a step-by-step video of how to build that 2GR FKS, how to install everything, how to torque it all down, how to put the cams on, how to put the camshafts on, how to put the chain on, how to set the timing on it. You know, I got you, bro. That's what that's what I'm going to be here for on YouTube now. I'm not after anybody's money. I could care less if YouTube paid me $1. For those that been with me, that left positive comments, I wish you guys could keep any pennies that YouTube sends me for you guys being stuck watching my horrible videos. And yeah, I wish you guys could get the credit for it, because I'm not doing it for the money part. You guys are, let me make that 100% clear. I could give a damn about YouTube and what it has to offer me. I just feel like I have something to offer you guys, because I always say, I hope you guys are doing good, because I'm doing good. Ask yourselves anytime you guys ever seen one of my videos if you think I'm not doing good. I don't give a damn how many Tundras I got. I'm going to be great. I'm going to be fine. I'm not going to get mad. I could tell that some people are getting really mad. I'm not that person that's going to get mad. I'm going to get mad if you take flat rate away because you want to listen to some commission. No, hell no. I would not do this shit for commissions. You know, I'll tell you right now, the car care guy nut, he would not hire me. Like, look at the size of this speaker. He said nobody yells in his shop. I would not make it one day in his shop. And I love that dude. He's very respectful. He's very humble. That's what I want to be. Very respectful and very humble. Very family oriented. But you know, yeah, I don't see him paying me 200 grand a year. So Toyota, you know, if you're flat rate, you can make that kind of money, especially when you got skills, especially when you do jobs like this, because I'm not doing this 9 to 5. If we're open from 9 to 5, I'm taking customers' cars. Once 5 o'clock comes and the door closes and there ain't no more customers and everybody goes home, that's when I'm going to start doing this 20-hour job. My clock don't stop. And that's enough, man. I hope you guys get it, man. Flat rate's the shit, man. If you guys don't know, man, I don't even know what I'm saying or what I said, man. But I'm going to show you guys how to build every single Toyota engine so you guys have the know-how. So you guys surpass all the haters. Because, you know, when you walk in, people are masters. They act like they got the biggest blah, blah. They want to compare blah, blah sizes. You know, my goal is to make you guys better than the shit talkers. Just follow along. I promise you I'm going to do that for you guys. But anyways, man, I got to get up out of here. Peace.